Book 11, the grand finale. Mina stood at its kitchen holding a bright blue binder against her chest. Her concert plans were finally coming together, but tonight she wanted to discuss something much bigger. "Can we talk for a minute?" Mina asked carefully. Sarah and David looked at each other. "More concert plans?" David joked. "Not exactly," Mina replied quietly. She sat down at the kitchen table and slowly opened the binder. Inside were financial charts, travel plans, and research papers. Mina had a plan to bring her mom to America. Mina took a deep breath. "I've been thinking a lot about Korea," she began, "and I understand now why going there alone was not a good idea." Her parents relaxed slightly, but, Mina continued, "I also realized something else." The room became very quiet. "I cannot live happily while my birth mother is suffering and blaming herself for what happened." Sarah's expression softened. Mina's voice trembled slightly. "I want to help her. I want her to know I forgive her completely." Then Mina said the words that shocked everyone. "I want to bring my birth mother to America." The smiles instantly disappeared from Sarah and David's faces. They looked completely stunned. Mina slowly pushed the binder toward them. "I already researched everything," she explained. David stared at the pages silently. Sarah looked emotional. Finally, David spoke. "Mina, this is a lot." Sarah nodded slowly. "We're shocked," she admitted. Mina prepared herself for rejection, but instead Sarah suddenly wrapped her in the biggest hug imaginable. "You are unbelievably compassionate," Sarah whispered tearfully. Compassionate meant deeply caring about other people's suffering. David smiled proudly. "You taught me something important," he admitted. "Love doesn't divide when you share it. It multiplies." Mina felt tears filling her eyes. Then David nodded firmly. "We'll help you." Mina nearly stopped breathing. "Really?" "We don't know exactly how yet," Sarah admitted, "but we're going to figure it out together." For the first time in weeks, Mina felt like a huge weight had lifted off her shoulders. That idiom meant feeling relieved after stress or worry disappears. But the conversation was not completely over. Later that evening, Maya sat across from Mina looking very serious. "I understand why you want to help," Maya said carefully. "But I also think the way you did this scared Mom and Dad." David nodded. "You're still young, Mina. We can't let all this responsibility spiral out of control." Then came some measurements that the parents took to make sure things were done properly. They decided to limit her social media access, emptied her bank account, as well as froze her online accounts that she was using to upload videos. "You emptied my bank account? We moved the money into savings for your future," David explained calmly. "College and your first car." Mina felt frustrated at first, but deep down, she understood. Her parents were not trying to hurt her. They were trying to protect her. Sometimes tough love means making difficult choices to help someone grow responsibly. Then came the biggest surprise of all. David smiled gently. "We already contacted your birth mother." Mina froze, and she agreed to come stay with us temporarily. Mina's jaw nearly hit the floor. She said yes?" Sarah nodded. "She was over the moon." Mina suddenly burst into tears, happy tears this time. The next morning, Mina finally received a long email from her birth mother, Hannah. As Mina read the message, her eyes filled with emotion. For years, Hannah blamed herself for giving Mina up for adoption. She stopped dating, chasing her dreams, or even doing things like wear makeup. But now everything felt different. Hannah explained that Mina's kindness had given her hope again. "I feel like you gave me a second life," Hannah wrote. Mina quickly typed back, "If you gave up your life for me, then I'm only giving back what you already gave to me." As Mina pressed send, her heart felt warmer than ever before. Meanwhile, concert preparations exploded into chaos. Everyone wanted to help. Anna designed posters and advertisements. Svetlana managed money and donations using giant spreadsheets. Sofia's family volunteered to provide food from all over the world. Even Tiffany asked if she could help make handmade hairbands for fundraising. Mina was surprised, especially because Tiffany had once been one of the people posting cruel anonymous comments online. One afternoon, the two girls sat together in a coffee shop. Tiffany nervously looked down at her drink. "I think I became mean because people were mean to me first," she admitted quietly. Mina listened carefully. Tiffany explained she struggled deeply with insecurity and body image. "In 6th grade, I hated myself," Tiffany admitted softly. Mina suddenly realized something important. Sometimes the people who hurt others are secretly hurting themselves too. That realization completely changed how she viewed Tiffany. People are not always what they seem on the surface. Sometimes you got to check out what is under the hood. Later that week, Liam showed Mina a strange art project in his garage. At first, it looked like a giant pile of junk. But when Mina stood at the correct angle, the pieces suddenly formed the shape of a robot. Mina gasped, "That's amazing." Liam smiled proudly. "It's perspective art." Perspective meant viewing something from a different angle or understanding. Mina stared thoughtfully at the sculpture. People are like this too, she realized. Sometimes they seem broken or messy, but if you look from another angle, you can see something beautiful. Liam smiled warmly. "That's exactly the point." A few days later, Raven arrived at Mina's house looking pale and shaken. "My mom tried to hurt herself," Raven whispered. Mina felt her stomach twist painfully. Raven explained that her mother was struggling deeply with guilt and addiction. For a moment, Mina blamed herself, but Raven shook her head firmly. "This isn't your fault." The room fell silent. Then Raven quietly asked, "Can I help with the concert? I don't have any special skills, but I want to do something." Mina smiled immediately. "Of course." Even small acts of kindness can help people heal. Soon, the entire community became involved. Volunteers cleaned an old warehouse that would become the concert venue. Local businesses donated prizes, food, gifts, and so on. The social media posts even started going viral. One day, nearly 50 volunteers showed up to help prepare the warehouse. Mina stood in the middle of the crowd, completely speechless. People from different backgrounds worked side by side. Students, parents, teachers, musicians, artists, and strangers. For the first time, Mina realized the concert had become something much larger than herself. It was no longer just about money. It was about community. The night before the concert, Mina stood in front of her mirror holding her hanbok. At first, she wore the full traditional Korean outfit. It looked beautiful. But then she paused thoughtfully. This concert was not just about one side of her identity. It was about all of her identity. So Mina changed into jeans, sneakers, and the top of her handbook. She was half Korean, half American, and fully human. Both were equally important. As she placed decorative chopsticks into her hair, Mina smiled softly at her reflection. For the first time in her life, She truly felt comfortable in her own skin. Concert day arrived with total chaos. Everything seemed to go wrong. Missing tablecloths, spilled horchata, broken equipment, blown electrical fuses. At one point, the entire warehouse went dark. Everyone panicked, but Mina stayed calm. "We'll figure it out," she said confidently. Little by little, the group solved every problem together. Many hands make light work. Soon, the lights returned. The speakers worked. The crowd cheered loudly. The show was finally ready. Nearly 500 people packed into the warehouse. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement. David's band opened the concert first. Then came singers, poetry readings, violin performances, rap songs, and student art showcases. Jamal's rap about upcycling and rebuilding broken things brought the crowd to their feet. The energy inside the warehouse felt electric. Finally, Mina stepped onto the stage. Her heart pounded wildly. Butterflies filled her stomach. But this time, she understood what that meant. It meant she cared. Before singing, Mina invited Chloe's parents onto the stage. Chloe's mother wiped tears from her eyes. "When Chloe died," she whispered emotionally, "we thought her story ended too soon." She looked around the warehouse at the giant crowd. But tonight proves her kindness still lives on. The audience erupted into applause. Then Mina performed her original songs. One song in particular, called Echo, deeply moved the crowd. The lyrics talked about identity, pressure, healing, and choosing your own future. Some audience members openly cried. Even Sarah and David became emotional hearing the lyrics. Mina's voice echoed beautifully through the warehouse. For the first time, she no longer felt trapped by her past. After intermission, the magic show began. Mina's hanbok sleeves helped hide many of the tricks beautifully. White birds suddenly flew into the air. Coins disappeared. Cards transformed. Newspapers restored themselves magically. Mina even made Maya levitate in the air. The audience gasped repeatedly. Then came the grand finale. Mina escaped ropes, chains, handcuffs, and a locked wooden box. When she burst free in under 1 minute, the crowd exploded with applause. Finally, Mina transformed the rope into flowers and handed them to Sarah. Sarah immediately burst into tears. At the end of the night, Mina stood center stage once more. "This concert began because of pain," she explained softly, "but tonight proved something important." She looked across the massive crowd. Broken things can still become beautiful again. Then Mina announced the total amount raised, almost $25,000. The warehouse erupted into cheers. That money would help multiple struggling mothers in Korea. Mina could hardly believe it. Everything suddenly felt possible. In the weeks after the concert, donations continued pouring in. Eventually, the total grew to over $30,000. This was enough to help 3 moms for 1 year. Together, Mina and her family officially created Chloe's Compassion Fund. The charity would help struggling mothers in Korea stay together with their children. One evening, Mina sat quietly beside Sarah and David on the couch. No words were needed. Everything had changed. Their family felt stronger than ever before. Long roads can still lead to beautiful places, and Mina realized this was only the beginning of her journey.
I used to think I was a mirror of every word they said to me, every fear and every whisper was writing who I'd grow to be. All the pressure, expectations, all the voices in my head. Every failure, every question, every road I thought I'd dread. I was carrying their stories like they were mine to hold, like my future had been written by the chapters I was told. But a voice inside is calling, saying I can choose my way. I am more than just a shadow of the yesterdays. I'm not just an echo of everything I've known. I'm not just a reflection of a life that's been shown. I can choose my direction, I can rewrite the sound. I can take what shaped me without being held down. I'm not just an echo repeating what I've heard. I can find my own voice, I can speak my own words. I can honor the past without living below. I'm not just an echo, I'm choosing who I become. All the kindness that they gave me, all the lessons that I learned, all the times I felt so broken, all the bridges that I burned. Every moment made a footprint, every scar became a guide. But they don't have to decide who I am inside. I can thank the road behind me without walking it again. I can learn from every chapter without staying where I've been. I can feel the weight is lifting, I can finally understand. I don't have to be the person